all of what we see on the memory stick. And we had called him to testify in relation to 4 discrete, a series of topics, including his relationship with 4 people. We could see that some of these WhatsApps were clearly relevant to that. We gave him everything so that he knew what we had.
If we were to postpone, but because now we are no longer talking 4,000 and something, but substantially less, if we were to postpone, but instead of the 6 days, postpone for a shorter period, would that work? If not, why not?
It would probably mean that the Commission would have no one to testify on Monday and Tuesday. It certainly mean that there'd be no one to testify today. It would create very serious scheduling problems for the Commission in this respect, in that I don't know what a shorter postponement would look like, but we wouldn't be able to run this evidence the following week. There is an entirely different my own sense is that if this evidence were to be postponed, looking at a schedule, it could probably only be accommodated from the week of, I think it's the 16th of February again. Which would then knock on, which would mean that other witnesses would then have to be pushed further. At the moment, this Commission wraps up on the 26th of March. It may be given, sorry, the 16th of March, not the 26th of March. It would create very serious scheduling problems. Certainly without an extension beyond the 16th of March, it would be impossible to accommodate.
Just throwing ideas around at this stage, and by no means indicating an inclination. We'll probably, after all the submissions, have to adjourn and discuss our minds, but I just want to throw in all the ideas at this stage so that when we adjourn, we have everything before us. If, for example, we were not to sit today, give Mr. Ngoato and the witness, I know he complained that suggestions are made on matters that impact on his time without us knowing how he stands with regard to his time or timing. But we do not sit today, and we give him and his client today and the weekend, and then we start on Monday. I know the scheduling is only, that is next week, will only be, or is only for Monday and Tuesday. How would that be for you? I know you wanted 3 days, so you will be having 2 days, but...
We won't finish, but we will certainly make some progress.
And Wednesday's witness is totally out of the question to do something there.
It may be possible to. I have an availability problem for 1 day next week, and I don't yet know which day it is because it's an urgent application. I will find out when it is. It may be possible to switch a witness around and to try to finish this witness in the course of next week.
As I said, none of this is indicating any inclinations. It's just testing everything. Yes, Mr. Chaskalson. Any further submissions?
None from me, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any reply, Mr. Ngoato? And you may also reply to the issue on which I said you would have to, or you may, if so minded, also reply to. And then also bear in mind that Mr. Chaskalson says that it's only 1,389 pages that the evidence leaders want to deal with, and not 4,000. And that, I think, as a matter of professional courtesy, they gave you everything, which is the 4,000 plus.
Thank you, Commissioner. Maybe let me start at the low-hanging fruit, the last aspect as to 4,800 pages as opposed to 1,300 pages. If you get given 4,800 pages and you don't know which one is 1,389 out of the 4,800, it's a difficult process. You are given 4,800 pages.
But from 8 days back, according to Mr. Chaskalson, you have now since known that it's the 1,389 that's going to be focused on.
Very much incorrect, Commissioner, and I'm going to come and address the aspect that he mentioned that our client had access to this documentation more than eight days back and those type of things, because it's very wrong. Even the suggestion that the client has had this thing since more than 8 weeks is also very wrong, and I did not address this issue at the beginning because I felt that we have surpassed those things.
Days, not weeks.
Weeks.
8 days. I thought Mr. Chaskalson
No,
said
Commissioner,
8.
in their replying...
Days, not weeks. 8 days, not 8 weeks.
Correct, Commissioner. Now he says 8 days. In their replying, they're saying 8 weeks. And I was going to be able to clarify these two aspects as to 8 days versus the 8 weeks that they also suggest in their answering affidavit. But what I was simply saying to you, Commissioner, is go through them and understand what all of them are. Because if you don't, and you appear and they say, no, but this was part of the documents we gave you to you can't say, but I never looked at it, because it was given to you. You are duty bound to still go through the 4,800, even if they're going to focus on the 1,003. They did not just take the 4,800 for nothing. It simply means there is of some relevance. Hence, they put out of the memory stick, they put all those 4,800. And Commissioner, the 4,800 pages was not my counting. It was his counting. He's the one that told us when we met with him on the 26th that it's actually 4,800 pages. I endeavored when we printed this documentation to verify his 4,800. Now he says, no, it was not the 4,800. Actually, far much lesser because of the documentation. We received the bundle of documentation, the bundle of documents, which is the index that is now before you, or the index and the paginated bundle that is before you. A night before, a day before, and then when we looked at that, now it now comes to 1,800. The rest of the other things have been excluded. But as from Monday to up until yesterday, we're still under the impression, based on what he informed us, that we're going to receive.
Please repeat, when do you say you became aware that the relevant pages were 1,389?
Not the relevant pages, Commissioner, for correction. When we looked at the index and paginated documents that we sent the link to yesterday, we then realized that from the link, the documents that they've included on the index and paginated documents amounts to 1,300, plus an additional bundle of about 400-something documents, right? But as from Monday, when we printed, when we dealt and interacted with the Commission, we interacted on the base of 4,800 pages. And in the letter that, and maybe I should refer you to the same document that you had referred to the Commission to, where they say these are the bundles or files that the Commission will focus on. They even state further that they will, on the next date, they will then indicate which one to focus on. So at no stage before did they say to us, we've given you the 4,800, the rest of the matters are irrelevant, just focus on the 1,003. The 1,003 became quite very clear to us when we received the paginated documents. But even if that been the case, Commissioner, as an attorney, when you receive the 4,800, you are in no way in a position to upfront to say, ignore the rest and only focus on the, unless you've been told upfront which one are those. You are duty bound to then go through the 4,800 and then from there make an informed decision which one are relevant and which one are not relevant and which one you need to focus on. But preparation cannot be piecemeal. You have to prepare in full. And that is the challenge that we had on our side, because we have a duty
Please continue, Mr. Ngoato.
Thank you, Commissioner. We had a duty to advise our client properly. And our advice should be based on having had access or having analyzed the matters fully, not piecemeal. Now, if the documents now that he's going to focus on, we should ignore the 4,800 and now focus on the 1,300, is something that we could look into going forward to say all other materials will now be irrelevant, and now the now relevant material will be as stated in the bundle of document that has been before the Commission. That is something else we could look into. But with that being said, Commissioner, understanding the importance of this Commission, we started looking at that 1,300 last night already, plus the additional 500. And we are nowhere close to finish to say he can start testifying on that, because we just received the link yesterday or last night. So we already started.
Would Monday be in order? Would starting on Monday be in order then? You say you started going through those. So assuming that we postpone until Monday, so you would have today at the weekend, and then we start on Monday. Would that be in order? But as I said with Mr. Chaskalson, that's not necessarily an inclination. I'm just raising that to you or with you to hear your submissions.
That suggestion was ventilated already when we met on Monday with the evidence leaders, that I'm unfortunately not available on weekend. So they knew already, as from Monday, that I will not be available on this weekend to be able to then see.
Mr. Ngoato, you are a practitioner. I'm sitting with practitioners. I was a practitioner for many, many years. We always try, if something comes up and something that's quite urgent, we always try to make time. Are you telling me as you are sitting there that you simply cannot make time to attend to this very important national matter, or rather matter of national importance?
Commissioner, I fully understand what you're saying. In agency, there is no convenience. I'm 100% with you there. But I had to pre-warn them. And had it been that we had...
That was a discussion with the evidence leaders. You are discussing with me now, and I'm raising a matter of national importance, and I'm asking you whether you are telling me that you simply cannot make time.
Commissioner, yes, I understand that is the issue that we...
If, for example, you will tell me that you are attending a wedding, it's not your daughter's, it's not your son's, I doubt that I would necessarily be satisfied with that. Or if you are attending a funeral and it's not a funeral of a close relative, I'm not sure that I would understand that. I'm just giving two examples. There's any number of examples.
Commissioner, it's a medical issue. And that is why I clearly indicated to them my non-availability, because it's a medical issue and I cannot postpone it.
Is that a matter, I was about to say, is that a matter in respect of which you have an appointment? I'm not getting into the content of the medical, which is something personal. I'm not getting into that. I'm just asking, is this a matter in respect of which you had to make an appointment?
Without divulging the medical issues, Commissioner, is I discussed it with them in time, whether to find an alternative means. I would have done so. But because of we could not find each other, and today is the 11th hour, it's going to be even much more costly and impractical for me to then try to postpone and make myself available for this weekend.
Just repeat that, I'm not sure I follow. So are you saying it's something that you could have postponed, but it's just that you and the evidence leaders could not find each other? Is that the point you are making? I'm
saying if at the time on Monday, there wasn't such an arrangement, then I should be given an opportunity to try to postpone that or deal with that matter.
So the sense I get from what you are saying then is that a postponement is a possibility. Am I correct?
No.
Aren't you saying that had you and the evidence leaders found each other much, much earlier, you could have attended to a possible postponement? Did you not say that?
No, Commissioner. And
please make me understand then.
We might be given an opportunity to then clarify that.
Not giving you an opportunity is the last thing I would ever want to do, Mr. Ngoato. Please, you have the time.
What I'm saying to you, Honourable Commissioner, is that one, it is the reason of my non-availability as the attorney of record is a medical issue, and unfortunately I cannot move it. Because I've been aware of the impending medical issue for this weekend or appointment, I've brought it to their attention as early as Monday. And unfortunately, no, we could not reach an agreement on that particular aspect or on the postponement. Again, at the time when we...
So when is your appointment for? Is it for tomorrow?
I'm leaving tonight.
Sorry?
I'm leaving tonight.
Or it involves traveling? Oh, okay, all right. Coming back when?
Sunday.
Or what time on Sunday?
Midday, Sunday. Could not be night.
Right, okay.
Ms. Ngoato, Annexure E to the application, page 22.
Annexure E?
Yes.
Yes, Commissioner.
And we must try to work together here because the Commission does not have a lot of time. It's a letter dated 22 January, so that's 8 days ago. And in manuscript it says there that the witness collected the USB on the 22nd of January, so that's 8 days ago. But paragraph 3 makes it clear that the chats that will be the focus of the questioning are the chats between him and the 13 people identified on page 23. So why can't we use the rest of the day for you and your client to go through the chats that relate to him and the 13 people so that today is not wasted, it is used productively? And because we were going to sit on Monday and Tuesday anyway, we continue with the evidence on Monday and Tuesday, accepting for a moment that you have a difficulty on Saturday. If the chats are identified, you don't have to go through 4,800 pages. You go through the chats that are identified, and your client was told 8 days ago already that he's going to be asked questions on the chats with this. It's not even 8 people. Because some of the people there, it's not 13. Some of them are duplicated. Sandile Kumalo could be using 3 numbers, for example, as you can see from items 3.1 to 3.30. So because today was a sitting day for the Commission, and you said your client is available to give his evidence in chief today for the rest of the day, why can't this day be used to go through the chats with those 13 people so that come Monday we are ready to continue with the work of the Commission?
Okay.
So, Mr. Ngoato, maybe before you answer, also deal with this. And I'm just trying to see if we are not speaking at cross purposes. I have understood you to say you are ready to, or the witness is ready to testify on certain topics and these are the topics about which he was informed last year, and that exclude these chats.
That
Am I correct in that?
that includes this chat.
No, that exclude these
Yes,
chats.
okay.
So if these chats are excluded from discussion between Mr. Chaskalson and the witness, if the final position today were to be that these chats may not be raised, the witness is available and ready to testify today. So we won't have a wasted day. Am I correct in?
You're correct, Commissioner.
I have understood. Is that your
Yeah.
position?
You're correct. And maybe let me just clarify to Honorable Commissioner. The first documentation that our client received in last year refers to a different set of chats outside the state team, which has since submitted a written statements towards that. That we've always been ready since last year and is ready to proceed with that today. With regards to the 13 files, these files that you referred me to, page 22, which is Annexure E, which was received on the 22nd. Here he received the USB, right? It's not the documentation. He received the USB. From the USB, he still has to go and print. The 22nd was Thursday last week, right? From once he has received this on Thursday last week, he then contacted my office to make an appointment. And unfortunately, again, due to my non-availability, I can only meet with him Monday morning before we meet with the evidence leader, so which is the 26th. Now, we met with the evidence leader on the 26th. And again on the 26th, we said, yes, we have received the memory stick. And as yet at that time, the client has not been able to print because he does not have a facility at his house to print a voluminous 4,800 pages at that time. And like in this letter, as it is clearly crafted, it says, and it reads,